My very first book. My very first book was a Stephen King. It was not that one, but that's the only copy I have of Stephen King. So the very first book is always a big adventure. Like, you never know if you'll be able to read. And my experience as a very first book, I think I was about 15 years old or 16, so it's quite a long time ago. And I chose a Stephen King, which was like this big, probably more. How did I make my choice? Because I have a lot of people asking me, can you give me a list of books? Can you give me what can I read? And I always have the same answer. The only best way to start reading is to choose the kind of book you would read in French. Whatever the level, whatever the type of book. If you are not a novel reader, so novel is like Stephen King or any like big story, fiction, romantic, anything. If you don't like this type of books, I never ever recommend you to read this type of book. The first book you should read should be just the one that you choose to read because you want to, because it looks attractive to you, because you like the author in French, because you like the story, or because it just looks good to read, or because you had a recommendation from someone and you know that this kind of book will be good for you. Never choose a book because of your level. You should start with asking yourself what kind of book I love. If you're not a reader, then choose something else to read, not a book. You have to read magazines, newspapers, articles online. Anything is readable. Anything can be read. It doesn't have to be a book. And in particular, if you never read books in French. The fact of reading a book can take a lot of time, a lot of concentration. You need to have a certain environment around you with calm, no other languages background, like for example TV in French and then you're reading in English. You have to create a sort of atmosphere, in particular for the first time you read something long. And you have to keep going until the end. You have to follow your own body, I would say, like follow your brain. If after 2 lines you feel tired and your concentration is difficult, you have to take your time to read. No matter if you read a book in 1 year, if it's in English, it will not change anything. It's great anyway because you've read it, and once you've been finished, you'll be so happy and so proud of you. So never be afraid to buy a book if you're a book reader because it's in English. If you feel like that would be something you like, go for it, whatever your level. If you're obviously if you're just starting to learn English, it will take much longer to read. But if you're intermediate, I promise you will enjoy it and you will take the time to read it. Beginners as well will enjoy reading if you are a book reader. If you're not, choose something else. Choose a magazine, choose maybe go on the BBC if you like reading the news in French. But what you're reading, whatever the resource, has to be something you do already in your own language. So my very first book was Stephen King. I've never read Stephen King before, but as you can see, I bought another version of Stephen King. But from that, my very first book was a choice because I was in England and I was with my host family. It was raining a lot and there was actually nothing to do. So I just went to the library. It was in a camping, and I just picked a book that sounds like looked good to me, and then I started from that, and then I never stopped. And now I can't read in French. I just read books in English. So if you never start, you will never read in English. Start. Bring a book. Find something. Go on Amazon. Go to the bookstore. But buy something. Or take it from a member of your family. But do something. Start reading. Even if now it looks difficult or you feel like, no, I'm not ready, go for it. If you're not ready, you will feel it. Then stop. But if you never start, you'll never know if you're ready. So I'll be very interested to know what you are reading at the moment, if you're reading, and which book you think you're going to pick. Put in comments, subscribe to this YouTube channel to get more videos about how to learn English with natural ways and enjoying it. Have a good day and talk to you on the next video. Bye.